Hello everyone, welcome to Talking Swish with Larry here. Along with me is Stephen Dykman. And today we are going to be doing some Jumpstart previews and a little bit talking about the format that is called Historic.
Yeah, the Jumpstart cards are going to be, obviously, some of them are going to be legal and historic, which is really cool. Most of them are going to be legal and historic, really. There's a list we'll be looking at, the ones that aren't legal and historic. But yeah, I think some of the cards will definitely make some new archetypes viable, which I think is nice. Some cards will improve pre-existing archetypes that weren't quite good enough beforehand. And yeah, who knows what'll happen. Some of the cards look kind of... I swear I've seen some of these cards like an EDH before, so I think some of the cards are just kind of like throwaway rares or whatever, that they're just kind of trying to get people to like, fun cards or whatever, but we'll talk about those as we go through those too. So yeah, it'll be fun to look at these and see how it's going to affect the format.
I agree 100%. Normally we do one podcast a week, but this week is a little bit special. We have some previews coming, and right now me and you are solo on some Jumpstart previews, which wasn't originally planned. The main reason this came up is originally we were going to do an M21 I don't like the word spoiler. Let's say preview.
Yeah.
But
yep.
Ray had some personal things he had to get done,
yep.
And
so
then
in about 12 hours.
Yep.
So.
And I actually just talked to him. He's not able to do noon. He's actually can't do anything till 2 o'clock or later. So
we'll figure it out.
It does look like maybe I'll have to end up doing something with Ray on a little secondary thing tomorrow. I'll figure that out tomorrow on full details what we're gonna do for that. Cool. After I talk with him, I might hit up Dewey, see what we can get figured out for that.
Nice.
Regardless, we will have M21, and also me and Steven will actually be writing up an article this week on standard brews.
Yep, absolutely. I've definitely got some ideas, and we'll talk about it.
Are there some white cards involved?
Yep.
Oh, what a shocker.
Yep.
For those that don't know, Steven, he does love him some Thraven Inspector. We don't have that yet.
Yeah, I wish. I wish we had a one-drop that was...
If we had Thraven Inspector, you might have just passed out.
Yeah, I would be really happy about it.
Might be quite entertaining. But regardless, today we're going to talk strictly Jumpstart, some historic. It's going to be a good time. I know, me personally, I've been having a good week. I haven't played much Magic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I kind of started picking it up again last night. It took about a week off, but yeah, I'm ready to start playing again. Just, needed a break for a minute after, however many hours in a row we played. It was probably like 80 to 100 hours in a row of just nonstop, magic, sleep, magic, just...
Yeah, it was just... Sometimes you can get magicked out.
Yep, definitely.
We cast a few too many spells, as they say. But we're going to jump right into it because it's going to be very time-consuming for this one. We're going to try to be respectful of everybody's time.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of cards. Keep advisory. We're going to only be doing rares and mythics. We might take a gander if we have time.
A few of the uncommons seem fine.
Yep. We'll see where our time is.
The nice thing is, I think some of these cards, we'll look at them, we'll go, yeah, this card's not very good, let's just move on, type of deal.
Yeah.
They're definitely
we'll explain it really quick, but we'll move on.
Yeah.
So, that's the best part. Hopefully we can get into some uncommons. I don't imagine commons are going to get talked about today, but everybody will give you some information where you can go and look at all these commons. There's various websites. But we're going to jump right into the big thing. Is there are actually 20 cards that are in Jumpstart that are very noble cards in many formats.
Yep.
But they will not be in Historic. They will not put them on Arena to keep the format from getting out of hand.
Yep.
Which, when I go over these cards, I'm going to read them out for everyone. You'll understand why they're not going to bring them in the format. We'll start with number 1, Exhume.
What a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, and it's tag team partner Reanimate.
Yeah, both those, obviously... No thanks. We don't need that. Next.
Yeah. Scourge of the Neltoth.
I don't know what this does.
Let's go ahead. Scourge of the Neltoth. Alright, This is a 7-drop black zombie dragon. When you cast it from your graveyard you may cast it from your graveyard by paying 2 black and sacrificing 2 creatures rather than paying its mana cost.
Yeah, I'm sure that could get abused. So
yeah,
makes sense.
So many things. And then we have Time to Feed. It's a 3-drop. Choose a creature an opponent controls. When that creature dies this turn, you gain 3 life. Target creature you control fights that creature.
I don't understand why that one's not legal.
I don't either, to be honest.
Next.
Ball Lightning. Everybody knows if you play multiple formats, it's another card. It's just super. You don't really want Mono Red to have a card
Mono
like
Red
that.
already has a million tools in Historic. Why give them more?
Yeah,
I mean,
And following that is Chain Lightning.
Yeah, Chain Lightning, and then 2 below it, you'll see Lightning Bolt. We don't need to go into any detail on that.
And then we have, what is that, Fadiosir?
Yeah.
If I'm pronouncing it correct, I apologize.
Draw a card, reveal it. If it isn't a land, discard it. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure that's abusable in some way.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe because of Field of Dead's in the format. I don't know.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, and field decks would be pretty stupid. Just tap, draw. A lot. Okay.
Okay, so then we have...
Oh, no Shield Dread, huh?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I saw that on the preview and thought that was pretty cool. But it makes sense. The card's super good, so...
Yep. Read the Ruins. Draw X cards. For each card drawn this way, discard a card unless you sack a permanent. It's pretty easy. You could play this in Field of Dead as well.
Yeah. You could abuse this so easily.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then, of course, Ristic Study. You know.
Oh, good lord.
They were like, we're not about to let this slide. Like,
yeah.
You don't think that card be fair?
Buddy.
Ooh, to Fury
nice.
decks, buddy. They're like, ooh, give me all the cards. A Johnny's Chosen.
Huh. Another one I don't really get. I thought this card didn't even seem very good, so I'm surprised they're not. It's just like, this card seemed a lot worse than Archon of Sun's Grace to me. But, I don't know. Maybe there's some way to abuse it, or maybe they just don't want that much of that effect.
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's some type is cat. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't make the decisions here.
Yeah.
And then we got Angelic Arbiter. For those that don't know what that does, each opponent who casts a spell this turn can attack creatures, and vice versa. If you attack with a creature, you can't cast spells.
Fun fact about this card: this was in literally the first deck I've ever played in Magic. It was
really
one of those decks you buy from the store or whatever. And my dad's friends were over playing, and that deck was one of the decks, and I ended up playing that deck. And yeah, Angelic Arbiter is one of the couple rares in there. But
nice.
Yeah, the card's not super good or oppressive, so maybe people just don't think that's fun. Maybe Wizards didn't think people would enjoy that. The whole no casting spells or no attacking.
With N21, they're gonna have a couple Thalia effects, so maybe they just don't want pure prison, just making the format unfun.
Yeah.
Just my speculation. I don't know. I don't make the little bit higher pay grade than mine.
Yep.
But the next card on here is Draconic Roar. That was a card when I first came back to Magic was very popular.
That card's so good, man. I mean,
I
Searing
know.
Blaze is obviously super good, and that's basically what Draconic Roar is if you have enough dragons to pay it off. So, again, I feel like they're just trying to not give red.
Oh no, they do have Glorybringer coming in the format in August because Amonkhet does come into the format.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, that's got to be part of it.
That's a plausible. Then don't they have a new one out of N21 which will be going over that has a Thunderbreak region effect? So maybe that is enough reason for them to do it.
Yeah, it's possible.
And then we have
Flame Tongue
Kavu.
Yeah, classic. This card's great. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah. Just a really good card. Ooh, Goblin Lore. I did play me some Hollow One.
Ooh, buddy.
That card's an awesome reprint, by the way.
Yeah, no, it is, for sure.
That card was way expensive for no reason. Well, except for the fact it was never reprinted.
Yep.
And the fact that they reprinted it is awesome.
Yep.
Then we have Mausoleum Turnkey.
Mausoleum Turnkey.
When this enters the battlefield, return target creature card of an opponent's choice from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Just
interesting.
Reanimate, and then the next one is pretty self-explanatory. Path to Exile, they're not allowing.
Yeah, obviously.
Scourging Bandar. There's a battlefield with 2 counters on it. Beginning your upkeep, you may move any number of those counters from it onto another creature.
With all the hardened scale stuff that's being printed, that makes sense.
Yeah, that card's pretty messed up. His dad was illegal. And then they're not letting us have Thought Scour. Well, they're like, no Historic Phoenix for you.
Yep.
Well,
that must have been part of it.
Yeah, well, that deck would be pretty good if you gave him Thought Scour.
And Goblin Lore, too, right? That's got to be another... That's probably a reason.
Oh, yeah, that's another Goblin Lore. That, and then you have...
Because it's not only that, you have that new bird coming out in M21, which we'll cover that tomorrow, too. But there's like a new bird that if you cast an instant, it's a 5-drop that is 3 less mana. It's a 2-drop if you cast a spell.
Oh, yeah. And there's actually a bird in this format, too, I saw earlier, which we'll be going over. When we get to it, and you'll be able to see it a little bit more.
Cool.
So, well, it's a Phoenix, and it's going to be a little interesting.
Nice.
We're going to just jump right into these.
Yeah, let's just go in and just start going. So,
all right, so we're going to be doing...
card number 1, Emiel the Blessed. This card actually...
before we do that, I'm just taking a gander how they have it organized. I just wanted to take a look. Okay.
It looks like mythic bicolor, then rare bicolor. I'm pretty sure. I was looking at these before.
Yep, yeah. It does look like. Okay, so
it's rarity bicolor, and that's good.
Yep, and we're starting with mythics for those that don't know.
Emil the Blessed, I think, is really sweet with Yorion, particularly. It's like an Eldrazi displacer kind of effect. So I think this card might definitely have a place in Yorion shells for sure. It's a pretty reasonable effect. I mean, first of all, the body's fine. A 4-mana 4/4 is acceptable. 3 mana, exile another target creature you control, return it to the battlefield. It's a blink. Then, whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you can pay a green or a white. So, I mean, it's already a white card, so that's going to be very easy to do. Put a +1 counter. So, if you do that, put a +1 counter on it. And then if it's a unicorn, 2 +1 counters on it. That's whatever. But mainly, I see this card being a way to flicker Yorion over and over. Blink Yorion and then flicker everything else.
It's just a continuous thing. Like, I remember how good Eldrazi Displacer was. In both Modern, we had him so good in Standard when he was around. Like, just a good Magic card, and those effects are usually good. Next up on the chopping block, it looks like we have Linvala, Keeper of Silence. This is a really good reprint.
Oh yeah, this card's great.
Oh yeah, 4-drop, 2 generic and 2 white mana. For those that don't know, 3/4 flyer. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control cannot be activated.
Yeah, this is a nice card to have in the format for sure, especially because Elves is going to be a lot more popular now. So I think this is a really nice print.
Yep, and I think that is, and we did talk about Hardened Scales, and we're going to be covering some historic decks, and Hardened Scales is one of the ones that we were both looking at, and this card actually seems really good in Hardened Scales, and that's the Macaeus the Lunarch.
Yeah, this card in a Hardened Scales deck would be awesome.
Yeah, so. Green-white Scales just seems like this is what they want.
Oh, yeah.
Because for those that don't know, it's X and a white, so it comes in the battlefield with X counters on it. And then you can tap it, put a +1 counter on itself. Or you can tap it, remove a counter from Macaeus, and you get to put a +1 counter on each other creature you control. And those that know how Hardened Scales work, they'd essentially put 2 and so forth.
It's wild. It's super good.
Yeah, it's such a good card.
Should be good. The next one here, Bruvok. I'm not even going to read the rest of it. Bruvok, if an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill twice that many cards instead. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
maybe there will be a mill strategy in Historic. We do have the new Teferi's Tutelage coming out, which will be really good.
Yup, and it's a 3-drop 1/4. Protects itself from pretty good because one of the most common things is like Shock, Bone Crusher, Giant Lightning Strike, Wizard's Lightning. It evades all of it. It doesn't evade Lava Coil, so that's a little bit of an issue, but or Fry, but those are like the two. And then Fry is very conditional to really hit it. But regardless, it does evade a good chunk of the removals, like the straight burn removals that we have in the format. Next is a very cool card. I know you were a big fan of the Vampires list.
Yeah, and one of my early top 16s at an SCG Open was with a red-black aggro deck that played some Draena in it. Yeah, the card's really good. Definitely a good addition to either black-white vampires or mono-black vampires in Historic. Mono-black is definitely a few cards short, so getting Draena is a huge help. And then black-white, it's just nice to have more options. This card is certainly better than Marvin Fane would be, or some other 3-drop options that you might want to play. So.
Yep, I was a big fan of this when it came out during the Battle for Zendikar card time. It's a flying first strike 2/3 for 1 and 2 on black mana. Whenever Draena deals damage to a player, you put a +1 counter on each attacking creature you control. Now, how that works.
Yeah, really important, the first strike on her.
Yes, once you hit that first strike and that damage goes through them, all the other creatures that haven't swung yet get those counters before they even get the swing, which is so good, and it came up so many times. Draena is just such a sweet card. It's flying first strike is just awesome. Big fan. They
get the counters while they're attacking, but it's a lot like it's exactly the same thing as giving a Knight of the White Orchid lifelink with Heliod in Pioneer, which is something that comes up pretty often if you play with or against that deck. So
for sure. What we got here? Ghoul Caller, guess.
This card's cool. I'm pretty sure this is an EDH card. traditionally.
Yeah.
I've seen this card before, but I've never played with it in any constructed formats.
I can't see it.
Yeah, no, the card's sweet. 5 mana, 3/4. 1 black, tap it, sack a creature. You create X, 2/2 black zombies, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. That's cool. I don't know how good it'll be, but it's cool. So.
Yep. The next one is Rise of the Dark Realms. Looks like an EDH card, but it's a 7 generic 2 black. Return all creature cards from onto the battlefield under your control from all the graveyards.
Yeah.
Now, I think Golgari with like Wild Growth Walkers and all them could actually possibly see this because they can hit their land drops so effectively. They're good at going in the long game, and then they can use this as a close.
Maybe it would have to. I think it has to be a Sultai deck. I don't think you can get away with playing 9 drops without playing Growth Spiral and Euro.
Maybe,
but that's just my guess.
I don't know. I don't know. I remember the old Golgari deck could easily hit mana without a problem, and like the 4-color Dreadhorde
but
deck.
they could just play Sultai because that deck eventually became Sultai when Krasis came out. You know.
Truth. Yeah. There's no reason not.
We also have Scarab God coming into the format soon.
Yeah,
so.
but I think looking at the Amonkhet will be awesome too.
Yeah.
But with Rise of the Dark Realms, it'd be something I would like to try, probably like a 1 or 2 number. Like I said, it might not be good, but it's those are the
fun.
shells I think it would be cool to try it in.
Risen Reef kind of deck.
Yeah. Oh, elementals, like Sultai elementals, you know.
And Wild Growth Walkers and Elemental too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I forget about that. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we mentioned this.
Yeah, Sheoldred we're not even going to talk about.
Yep.
It's not.
Here's a card that's not a reprint. It's called Tiny Bones.
This card's awesome.
Shrinker Thief. 1 and a black. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent discarded a card this turn, you draw a card and you lose a life. 4, it has the activated ability of 4 and 2 black mana. Each opponent with no cards in hand loses 10 life. Now, Steven, let's talk about the deck you were playing earlier.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, I will absolutely try playing this card.
Will this take over Charming Prince's spot?
No. I would probably try playing this in like there's a new 1-drop coming out in M21 that's like you can tap and sack it to make people discard, which you can do on your opponent's turn, which is really cool because this card triggers on both your opponent's turn and your turn.
Oh, that's true.
So I would try this in just an actual like pure 8-rack style deck.
Okay.
Like this, Davriel, Rat, just a bunch of black cards making you discard cards. New Liliana, the 4-mana Liliana ticks up and makes it.
Well, would it be black-white so you can play Bellhaunts?
I don't think so because you get Liliana in mono black now. So
that's fair.
I think you'll have enough tools with mono black to not play a second color, but who knows?
Right. Everybody should know, if you play EDH, you know this card. You know this from Legacy Elves. This card's a modern staple. Crater Hoof Behemoth. Big old monster right here. 5 and 3 green mana. He's just a 5/5 with haste, but when he enters the battlefield, all the creatures get trample and +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control.
Yeah, this card's good.
There's a reason Elves kills quick.
Yeah, there's a reason people are talking about Elves coming back, and this is one of them for sure.
Yep. So, and then what is this? Primeval Bounty, 5 and 0 green. When you cast a creature spell, create a 3/3 beast token. When you cast a non-creature spell, put 3+1 counters on target creature you control. Whenever a land enters the battlefield you control, you gain 3 life.
You know, this card wasn't really that good 3 or 4 years ago when it got printed, if I remember correctly, and my goodness, has it certainly not got any better. So that's about all I have to say about Primeval Bounty.
That's fair. I don't know if I'm feeling that would try it. Probably not.
No way.
I don't imagine it to, but you know, it's whatever. And then we have a card that's getting reprinted, very big. EDH Commander.
Yep.
Selvala, Heart of the Wilds. Go ahead and explain what this card does, Steven.
This card's sweet. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, its controller can draw a card if that creature has the greatest power among all creatures in play. And then this guy can pay a green and tap. Add X mana in any combination of colors, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So.
And it is an elf, so you know that might be relevant. You know.
Yep.
You never know. And looks like we don't. This one's not a reprint.
Nope. This is an interesting one.
Towering Titan, 4 and 2 green. It's a 0/0, but we'll get into why. It's a giant creature type in case that's relevant for anyone.
Yep.
And it enters the battlefield. It comes in with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the total toughness of other creatures you control.
Yep.
Activated ability is sack a creature with Defender. All creatures gain trample until end of turn. It's a cool card.
It's cool. I don't think it's particularly good, but it's certainly a cool card. So.
Yep. Don't know if it's good myself either, but who knows. Oven Ward Hydra.
Yep.
I was a big fan of this card. I really like this card a lot.
This card's good. It's just another Golos type card in the Golos decks.
Yep.
So I don't know if they'll play it, but they certainly can.
It's also a ramp card too.
Yeah, I mean it
I played it in
all the good lands.
When I went X1 in the Pioneer version of the Envy, when Pioneer first came out, I played a copy or two. I forget how many I played my Field of the Dead ramp deck, just because it was just it grew so quickly.
Yep.
It was just a good card.
It's a really good card.
It helped me fight Field of the Deads.
Yep.
And I can imagine them doing the same thing.
Yep.
What do we have here? Oh, this is not a reprint. This is a new card.
This card's awesome.
Yeah, 1-drop green elf. Elf Shaman.
Yeah.
Can't be countered. Green spells you control can't be countered. Activate ability is 4 and 2 green. Until end of turn, each elf creature you control has a base power and toughness of 5/5 and becomes a dinosaur in addition to its other types.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is just kind of like a mini Azuri. This card's very good. I expect this card to be very, very strong in an elf deck, and this card makes me want to personally cast a lot of Goblin Chain Whirlers.
Yep, so. I agree. Alright, and a couple of mythics left, and it looks like we have a mono red mythic. It's 4 and 2 red. Immolating Gyre? Gyre is that?
Gyre, yep, you were right.
Gyre. Immolating Gyre deals X damage to each creature and planeswalker you don't control, where X is the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard. It seems like a cool card, you know.
Cool card, again, not probably particularly constructed playable, but, you know, definitely a cool card. Some people probably try building around it. It's cool.
Pre-sale, $34.99. So somebody's interested.
That's very interesting,
yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like an awesome EDH card, though.
Each creature in Planeswalker. Yeah, that it's an EDH card. This is a great card in EDH because it just kills everything and all the walkers.
That you don't control.
Oh, right, and it doesn't hit yours.
Yeah.
So in EDH, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Super.
Ooh, this is a cool card. Maelstrom Archangel.
Yep.
Obviously, it's a reprint, but still, this is one of each color. Let's cast the rainbow.
Yep.
5/5 Angel. When this deals combat damage to a player, you may cast a spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. Very strong effect.
Very strong effect. Very hard card to cast, so it makes sense that its effect would be very powerful.
Let's moment of silence for these next cards coming up too. We got two that aren't going to be.
Two of them we won't.
But what were you going to say about the Maelstrom Archangel?
Oh, I was just saying. I don't know that this card is like the only deck I could see playing this card is probably the Niv Mizzet decks.
It can't even grab it though.
I know. So. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this card is good enough to actually see constructed play. Awesome EDH card again, for sure.
Yeah.
Someone might try it.
I don't know. We have better mana in this, so who knows? But
yep. Cool card either way.
Yeah, I can't imagine myself doing anything with it, but I'm not saying it's unplayable. I'm just saying I can't see it right now, but I've been proven wrong before.
Yep.
And then we have a couple cards coming up, like a Johnny's Chosen and the Angelica.
Yep.
They're not going to be in here. We already went over those, but we do have Angel of the Dire Hour.
This card's sweet.
Yeah, 7-drop, 2 white, 5 generic. Flash flying. When this enters the battlefield, if it was cast from your hand, exile all attacking creatures. It's a sell to wreckage.
Yeah, but a lot better because your opponent doesn't get lands and you get a 5/4.
Yeah.
So makes sense that you got to pay 3 more mana.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly sweet card.
Yep.
Maybe it'll take some spots in some like blue white tempo style decks, or maybe like blue white flash can become a thing again. Who knows?
Yep.
What we have here, Archon of Justice, 3 and 2 white, 4/4 Archon flying. When this dies, exile target permanent. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, card's fine.
Yep.
Archon of Redemption is our next one. 3/4 flyer for 5. Whenever Archon of Redemption or another creature with flying enters the battlefield, you may gain life equal to that creature's power. It's fine. Not particularly great, but you know, I mean, it's cool. The next one we've got 5-mana enchantment, 3 generic, 2 white, Blessed Sanctuary. Prevent all non-combat damage that will be dealt to you and creatures you control. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 white unicorn token. This card actually seems like it might be kind of good. I'm not sure.
It's
but that's
cool for sure.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a cool card.
Pretty cool with Yorion, too.
Yeah, no,
a lot of cards are cool with Yorion, and this is definitely one of them. Especially if you're looping it, you're just getting free 2/2s for every creature that you're blinking.
That's true.
That's really cool.
that's definitely an interesting. Yeah. When you're you and your buddies on mono white Yorion deck, that card could actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
We have a reprint, Cathar's Crusade.
This card again, very, very good if you're looping a Yorion.
Yep,
good card in general, I think.
3 and 2 white. When a creature is battlefield under control, put a +1 counter on each creature you control.
This card's very cool.
Yeah, and it's whenever a creature enters.
It kills very fast.
Omen of the Sun.
Omen of the Sun, Castle Ardenvale.
Yeah, just what white wants you to have.
Yep. Just really, really insane payoff if it sticks around for even a turn. If you untap with this, you're probably going to do some damage. So.
And we played Modern a few months ago, I believe. How many times were we saying, give us a 6-drop aura?
Never. I've never once said that. This card is cool. It's very much an EDH card. That's about all I've got to say.
But our Boggle.
You're not putting this on a Boggle. Someone might try and prove me wrong, but generally you're not putting a 6-mana aura on a Boggle.
Alright, everybody listening, tell us in the comments if you want us to build Boggle's ramp.
Oh boy.
We can do this.
Please don't.
No, but just, Celestial Mantle, enchant creature, they get +3/+3. When it deals combat damage to a player, double its controller's life total. So you swing with something, you get to double your life total.
Yep.
It's just a +3/+3 essentially. It's nothing spectacular, honestly.
No,
it's not worth the tax for it. I would not play that.
Nope, me either. The next one, Cradle of Vitality. 3 colorless, 1 white. Enchantment. Whenever you gain life, you can pay 2. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature for each life you gain. Card's fine. Yeah. Again, not. A lot of these cards are probably not good enough, but they're interesting. People try stuff with them. They're cool if nothing else. So.
We have Duelist's Heritage, 2 and a white. Enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures attack, you may have target attacking creature gain double strike until end of turn.
Again,
medium.
Fine. Yep.
It's a cool card for limited.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say about that. It's nothing too high on. Matching of high. We have High Sentinels of a Russian.
Yep.
3 and a white.
This card was a really sweet rare to get in cons of Tarkir limited.
I bet. Yeah.
I think, again, it's fine. It probably doesn't stack up that great with a lot of cards anymore, but still a cool card, cool to have around.
Just so for those that don't know, it's a flyer. Gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control with a +1 counter on it.
Yep.
3 and a white, put a counter on target creature. Medium. But we have the most powerful card in the set, which is actually pre-selling at a very high rate, in my opinion.
Isamaru is really good, man.
Yeah.
1 mana 2/2. It's great. 1 mana 2/2.
And
white, just
let's
classic.
not ignore the biggest part of this. This is a dog.
It is a dog, which is lot of the there's a dog lord coming out.
Yeah,
if you haven't
which
noticed.
we will be talking about soon. So
that's really cool. I'm glad they're putting this in historic. I really wish a card like this was in standard. Yeah. But anyway,
hence I know why it's too powerful. Core Spirit Dancer.
Core Spirit Dancer is awesome. The fact that this card by itself will make auras at least a considerable archetype in historic, which is really cool.
Yeah, because we got actually some really good cards. We got ways to protect them.
Oh yeah, a few ways to build it. You can build it mono white, kind of like the standard deck, but just much better. the standard all that glitters mono white aggro deck, but just much better cards.
Yeah, and they usually just splash green for the
Yep, and you can do that too.
Yeah, they usually do like mono white splash green for the one that lets you draw cards essentially when they target stuff or whatever.
Yep. So
yeah, so
that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that card's an awesome print.
See how that goes. I could also see maybe going like blue-white with it to get Curiosity
and Curious Succession, which I think
exactly.
Curiosity's in this set that will be going over, but
yeah,
we'll get to there eventually. What we have here, Lana, Selfless Champion, Human Knight, both are good archetypes. 4 and 2 white. When this enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 soldier token for each non-token creature you control. Second, creatures you control with power less than this gains indestructible until end of turn. It just seems too expensive for what I want to do with it, but
yeah,
it's cool.
Again, a lot of these are like fine limited cards. They're good EDH cards, and other than that, they're pretty whatever. But yeah, move on to the next one now. Mentor of the Meek. I think this is already legal in Historic, so I'm a little confused why they printed it. I guess they just wanted.
Well, this ain't I don't think this is pretty much all like based around Historic. I think Jumpstart had another intention. I don't really understand.
Yeah, it must have if they're printing a card like Mentor of the Meek, because that's already legal in Historic.
Yeah.
So we really don't need to say a ton about this. For those that don't know, whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield, you can pay a mana. If you do, draw a card. It's a 2 colorless, 1 white, 2/2.
Yeah, another sealed powerhouse, you know.
Yep.
Because it just lets you draw cards,
you
know.
Yep. Accumulate value.
Let's go on to the next one. Path of Bravery, 2 and a white. As long as your light total is greater than or equal than your starting light total, creatures get +1/+1, so it anthems your team.
Yep.
When one or more creatures attack, you gain life equal to the number of attacking creatures. Kind of cool with Heliod. Like, it's cool because it triggers before you even get to do combat damage, so it can actually like pump up your Johnny's Pride mates, things like that.
Yeah, it's a cool card. It might be playable.
I think it's worth testing.
That one's pretty interesting, yeah.
This one doesn't really like get me too excited. It's Rock's Faithmender, 3 and a white, lifelink 1/5. If you would gain life, you would gain twice that much life instead. This Faithmender is gonna gain you 2 life, my friend.
My goodness, dude, Faithmender. I have a funny story about Rock's Faithmender actually. So I used to play when I was like, even before I was like grinding, I played this like black-red aggro deck that was basically mono red that splashed for Falkenrath Aristocrat, and that was it. That was the only black card in the whole deck, but the mana was perfect for it in that format because it was a Blood Crypt, Dragon Skull Summit, and Cavern of Souls format. So I played the 8 black-red duels, and then I played a couple caverns, like 2 caverns or whatever in my deck, and when I had the black mana, I would just name human because all the creatures in mono red were humans, Lightning Mauler, Ash Zealot, stuff like that, and then occasionally you'd name Vampire to play Stromkirk Noble and Falkenrath Aristocrat. Anyway, I played against my buddy one time who was playing one of the Unburial Rites decks, and he was playing like Rock's Faithmender and Thragtusk and things. And he went Faithmender into Thragtusk and still lost the game, so that was pretty hilarious. I kept Mark of Mutinying Thragtusk and then attacking him and then sacking the Tusk, and then I did that to both the Thragtusks, and then eventually I did it to a Rock's Faithmender too, and just, yeah, no, he got to like 50 life and then died pretty quickly to just Falkenraths and 3/3s and all this other stuff hitting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that card was trying to do something, but eventually you were able to get out of it. That's why you just got to persevere through things like that.
Yeah, it was a really funny game.
Right. This card is interesting. Don't know if it's good or not, but it's a 3 and 2 white. Steel Plume Marshal.
Yeah.
Flying 3/3 when this attacks. Other attacking creatures get with flying get +2/+2 until end of turn.
Yeah, I mean the card's fine. Yeah. That's about all I have to say about it. It's like, you know, a lot of these the problem with 5-drops right now is they need to do something right away, because cards like 3 Mana Fairy and ECD, Elspeth Conquers Death, things like that just punish you so badly if your card didn't just do something immediately when it came into play. So these cards that like need to stick around to attack or whatever, like, you know, they're unless their effects are absurdly powerful, like it's hard to compete with some of the things that are going on in Historic. But either way, cool card. then let's start moving on to the blue rares.
This one actually intrigues me because Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan is legal. It's 2 in a blue. Human pirate. When there's a battlefield, create a treasure. 2/2. When and your other pirates get +1/+1. That just intrigues me because now pirates have a lord.
They have 2 lords once the...
Oh, they already have a lord, don't they?
Yeah, the Grixis one, which a lot of people forget about.
It just
because
it was colors.
Yeah, the colors was really bad, but in Historic, maybe the colors will be good enough.
Oh, and this actually helps you because you get a treasure which can be stacked for any color.
Mana. Yeah, no, this is awesome. This card is really sweet, and yeah, I'm excited to see. Maybe Grixis Pirates will actually be a viable thing.
Right. It might not even be Grixis. It could just probably end up like, let's say, splashing one of the colors just for the Lord. You never know.
Just play one of the colors for the Lord, and then you're literally just that makes sense.
You never know, like. But I do think Pirates is something that'd be cool to try, and I'd be down to play some games with some Pirates.
Yeah, I could see that. Blue-black Pirates splash the red for, or vice versa. Play
probably blue-black because you want to play Hostage Taker for sure.
Hostage Taker probably, because that's going to be legal. The 2-mana 2/1 with Menace that whenever he attacks you, like pay 2 and then get a. I forget exactly what he does.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Direfleet Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of sweet pirates. Blue black's a nice color combo because you get cards like not Transgress the Mind, Agonizing Remorse, just good clean hand hate spells for the grindy decks.
Get some good removal.
Yep. So that might be cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm looking forward to testing stuff like that out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a card I'm a big fan of. I played a lot of Merfolk.
Yep. And
this was a great card for Merfolk. I never played in the sideboard. I always played a couple copies main because it was never bad.
Card's and that is good, man.
Kira the Great Glass Spinner. 1 and 2 blue, flying spirit, 2/2 legendary. Creatures I control now have special wording on it that says whenever this creature becomes a target of a spell or an ability for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability. It made things so complicated for my opponent.
Oh, so annoying.
Oh,
this card's so annoying.
You'd be like, oh, you want to remove this? You better have 2 spells. Grim Lavamancer was annoying, though. I'll tell you that. Grim Lavamancer is a good way to beat some Kiras.
Yeah. Kira Great Glass Spinner is going to be really sweet in Historic, I can tell already. That's going to be... The mono blue deck is going to love this card.
Oh, the mono blue deck is in heaven.
Yeah.
You better
a lot of tools.
You better get your board right to resolve. Good luck.
Yeah. Yep. So there's that.
Yep. We have, Mystic Archaeologist, 1 and
again
blue.
A card that already exists in Historic. Just a classic 2-mana 2/1 that can pay a pretty large amount of mana to draw cards. It's fine. It's good out of the sideboard sometimes of certain decks.
Yep.
It's a good card.
The next card's a new card, and this one's really interesting when I read it. It's 4 and 2 blue. It's a Sphinx legendary, 5/5. It's a flyer. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, instead put 5 +1/+1 counters on it.
That's wild. Okay.
So you can't lose.
Yeah.
Because you don't draw the card.
And then you put 5 counters on him.
Yeah.
And then he has paid 3 mana, discard 3 cards with different names and draw 5. This card's cool. Very cool card. I don't think it's particularly good, but it's sweet. This card is funny, to say the least.
This card is very humorous.
Yeah.
This card's probably a house unlimited though, because
I'm sure it is.
You just run out of cards and you're like, alright, you better kill this Sphinx somehow.
He's a 25/25.
Yeah.
Alright, draw.
GG's.
He's a 10/10. Activate his ability. He's a 35/35.
Yeah.
Attack you with my 35/35 flyer.
Yeah.
That's comical.
Now, we mentioned Kira as a spirit. Let's look at this next spirit, Rattle Chains.
This card is going to be huge in
I don't know how many spirits are legal in Historic, but I haven't really looked. But regardless, Rattle Chains is a sweet card. I love
even if it's not like this will just be a reasonable card in the mono blue deck. Like a 2/1, 2-mana flash guy that gives Spectral Sailor protection as well.
True.
But it's just, a evasive threat that you can throw auras on and just start whooping people. And then if you draw more of them, they're dive downs for each other, right? So, I mean, yeah, I think that's going to be a really good card.
Yep. Read the runes, as we mentioned, ain't going to be legal, along with Ristic Study.
So I'm a Scholar of the Lost Trove.
New card.
Yep, 7 mana, 5 generic, 2 blue. Flying Sphinx. When he enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant sorcery or artifact from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If an instant or sorcery spell is cast this way, exile it instead. So just kind of a very large torrential Gearhulk type of card that can hit artifacts. Yeah, it doesn't have flash either.
Yeah, it could be kind of busted if it had flash, though, to be fair.
Yeah, it'd be very good.
Yeah,
it might actually be good anyway. It's close to good.
I don't know if it's
this might be playable.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, at least this card, like, it's a huge, expensive spell, but it enters and it does something very powerful right away. So
yep.
Time will tell how good that is.
Serendib Effete.
This card's great.
2 and a blue. Creature types Effete. Okay. Flying 3/4 at the beginning of your upkeep. It deals 1 damage to you.
Basically, this is a 3 mana, 3/4 flyer, and it is pretty easy to cast. This card is real good. Real good. Doesn't die to a lot of removal, and it's fast. This is another card that I could very easily see potentially being a card in mono blue decks. I guess it probably will never. It probably never takes Tempest Djinn spot, so maybe not in those decks.
They don't want a super lot of blue.
But
drops.
Where I could see it is in like a blue-white flyers deck. Just a real
so I can
nice,
see like that.
Real nice body there.
Play some favorable winds in this piece.
Maybe.
I love me some favorable winds.
Maybe. Yep.
This card, I love this art.
Oh, that art is sweet.
This art is hot.
Sharding Sphinx. 4 generic, 2 blue. It's an artifact creature. Sphinx obviously flying. Whenever an artifact creature deals damage to a player, you may create a blue Thopter token with flying. And this does not say non-tokens, so they feed each other, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is actually really cool. Oh, yeah. That might be good, you know? Who knows? Like,
yeah, again, this is like a card that if you already had some artifacts lying around, you play it, you hit, you get more artifacts, and if their only thing to do is like bounce it with its fairy or whatever, you just play it again, and then the tokens feed and make more, and yeah, this card can spiral really quickly, so very cool.
Here's a card I actually like in EDH myself, and that's Telerid Sky Summoner.
Card's sweet,
2 and a blue, legendary Merfolk Wizard. When you cast an instant sorcery, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying, and it's a 2/2 itself.
Yep, card is really, really sweet.
I can see it played on some sideboards, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that card is that's usually what they want to do. Like I remember, like Phoenix might be able to play.
Exactly, that's just what I was about to say. I was about to say maybe some of these cards will actually make Phoenix a.
But I don't know if you play that over big old 1/4 dude that makes bodies. I don't know.
Oh, the 1/5 guy, the Murmuring Mystic.
Just because it's easy, it's harder to remove.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
I guess it depends where the format's at.
Yeah, if red's bigger, I would play Murmuring Mystic. If we're not dealing with a lot of like burn removal, then this card seems better because it makes 2/2s instead of 1/1s.
Yep.
But like I said, both cards are really good. I like them both for sure.
Yep.
Then we have Velikan Archmage.
Yeah, Velikan Archmage is really awesome.
Oh yeah, 2 and 2 blue. Velikan Wizard. When you cast an artifact spell, just draw yourself a card, 0/2.
Yeah, this card's cool. I don't know if it'll be playable, but I really like cards that do this type of stuff. It encourages you to build your deck in a certain way, and tons of advantage to be had there. So yeah, it's definitely cool. I have no idea if it's good, but definitely interesting. So
the next card has a funny story. Whelming Wave, 2 and 2 blue.
This card's sweet.
Return all creatures to your owner's hands except for Krakens, Leviathans, Octopus, and Serpents. When I first came back to Magic, I had a couple decks. I had this bad 5-color Dragons, but my other deck I really loved played this card as a 4-of. Because one of the biggest ways it won was playing that monstrous Kraken. Forget the name of it. It was during the cons time.
Okay.
You would do it. You get to put counters on things that they don't untap, all that kind.
Okay.
I played this. I played the Leviathan, I believe, at the time.
So funny.
Like I was just playing. I based it all around this card.
That's hilarious.
I was even playing the Octopus with a monstrosity or whatever.
That's so funny.
Like all of it was not good, but man, you Whelming Wave a person, and they usually never had those card types, so you're just like, yeah, value.
That is so funny.
Yeah, it was not good, but man, this card is so much fun.
Yeah, no, very cool card. Very
but
cool card.
Obviously, it's probably not getting played because, we have 4-drop mass removal over 4-drop bounce to your hand and replay them. But the card is cool nonetheless.
Yep, definitely.
Wind Reader Sphinx, 5 and 2 blue, flying, 3/7. When a creature with flying attacks, you may draw a card.
Another card that already exists in Historic. Pretty good card from M19, I think. I forget what M set this is.
Yeah.
But, this card is again, awesome EDH card. Probably not going to see any play in Historic.
Yeah, we have another EDH card here on Black Market, 3 and 2 black. Enchantment, when a creature dies, put a charge counter on Black Market. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase has 1 black mana for each charge counter on it. Just a mana acceleration,
Yeah, 5 mana doesn't seem very good at all. You need that kind of effect way earlier in the game. But either way, let's see. Bogru Witch, interesting. So I already know some of the other cards that are going to be in this format if they have Bogru Witch. So it's 3 colorless and a black to cast. It's a 1/3 human wizard. Pay 2 generic mana and tap it. Search your library for a card named Festering Newt or Bubbling Cauldron, which I'd imagine both are going to be in this set. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. There's some cool little combos you can do. Very slow, probably not good enough, but cool that it's here.
Yep. So, this card is always fun. We don't have the tag team part, but I think we have effects that are like it. But it's some Exquisite Blood, 4 in the black. When the opponent loses life, you gain that much life.
Yep. Card sweet.
Yeah.
Card sweet, yeah.
Not much else to say about it.
Yep.
$30 pre-sale.
I think there may be a combo with this in Historic. I'm not sure if there's a card that says
I think there's a card, maybe it's out of M21.
It might be.
And we'll be able to talk more about that later, but I think there is a card that people were talking about online that...
It's the 3 mana... I think, whenever you gain life, your opponent loses.
Yeah,
that.
So
that's an
it's the
combo.
it's the enchantment essentially.
Yeah.
I didn't know this card was actually in the set. I love this freaking card, and this is Gonti, Lord of Luxury, 2 and 2 black, Death Touch 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, we look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library, exile one of those face down, put the rest on the bottom of their library in a random order. You look at and cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana even though it was mana of any color to cast. When I came back to start grinding, when I left my factory job, and I was like, I'm going to go on the road full time, I actually played in the GP in Pittsburgh. Ray just won a PPTQ to advance on to the RPTQ the weekend before with a mono black deck, mono black control deck.
Yep.
And he beat Noah Stressler in the finals with. Because Noah's on that blue-black mid-range.
Yep.
And I saw this deck, and I was like, this deck is freaking cool. And Gonti was one of the main cards of that. Then, Glint City Siphoners and things like that. Gonti is awesome.
Gonti is a really, really powerful card, and is going to be very important for the mono black decks, really of any variety.
I don't know what you're talking. Black, white Yorion with some Gonti.
Oh, that too.
Friend.
That too. Yeah, no.
Oh, I can't wait to blink this.
Yeah, no. This card existing in the format is really cool.
Yeah,
Gonti is a really, really
Gonti's
nice
just
card.
a good card. There's nothing else I can say about this card except this card is sweet.
Card's awesome. It's going to be very. I think it's going to be a lot better than Phyrexian Obliterator in black. You'll build your deck differently when you're playing Gonti, but I think the mono black decks a lot of the time want to be more mid-range anyway, and this card is just so good at just being mid-rangey.
This card's awesome, and the fact that it has Death Touch is so good. So many people, because for those that don't know what this card looks like, there's a lot of text on this card. People overlook Death Touch on this card a lot.
Oh yeah,
because it just jumbles all in with it, and then it's not gonna be hard to do it on Arena, I think, but in paper, used to get people a lot because of that.
With Amonkhet coming back too, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have the 5-mana Liliana back that reanimates creatures.
We are.
That's gonna be.
That was another card that was in that deck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's ridiculous. You go Gonti, and then if they kill it or you trade, then you go Liliana, do it again.
Yeah. So we're bringing sexy back.
Yeah. No, that's insane.
Primetime player right there. Gonti's gonna be in a lot of them.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be really
question.
Cool. Big deal.
Alright, well, what is this? Grey Waker?
This card already exists.
4 and 2 black flying.
Pretty sure it's standard legal, actually.
Maybe. Pay 7, 2 of it being black. Return target creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. Tap 5/5. You know.
Too much mana.
Yeah.
Just too much mana. It's a cool card. It's sweet.
Can't be paying 7 mana.
If you want to have fun or whatever, play this card. But
that's about it.
Not super competitive.
Harvester Soul, same thing. 4 and 2 black death touch. When a non-token creature dies, you draw a card. 5/5. Just too much mana.
A lot of mana. Like yeah. You have Midnight Reaper already, right? And that's just half the mana for a very similar effect. So, yeah. Now, this next card coming up here, Kel's Fight Fixer. It's a 2 colorless, 2 black menace, legendary Arza Warlock. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, you can pay a blue or a black mana. If you do, draw a card. 1 mana, sacrifice a creature. Kel's Fight Fixer gains indestructible until end of turn. This card seems kind of cool to me, especially with cards like Reassembling Skeleton and things like that. It might be kind of cool. This card seems pretty cool to me.
Yep, and then another very hot. Sweet card is Languish that's going to be coming out.
Yeah, that's a huge deal.
Yeah,
black having a
good
sweeper
reprint.
is nice.
Yeah, it's just a better 4-drop sweeper.
Yep.
That black will get that you don't need the actual white in your deck to actually have access to.
I think that's really important. Black should always have a sweeper in bigger formats like
Ritual Suit's not cutting it anymore.
That card never cut it, honestly.
Languish was always good because it
hits 4-drops. Like that's the important thing. Like Ritual of Soot not.
It's indestructible
just,
too.
Like, really weak.
Adonta Vanguard is the card that
Languish
is
just an awesome card, and this is a really really nice print.
Yeah, I like this card a lot. Liliana's Reaver, 2 and 2 black, 4/3 zombie. Death touch zombie could be relevant with Omega coming back for sure.
Yep.
When this deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you create a tap 2/2 black zombie creature token. It's fine. I don't know if it'll be playable. Maybe right now, but I don't see it being playable in long term for sure. Then we have Nixithid, 1 and 2 black. What we have here, enters a battlefield, choose an opponent.
Yep.
It gets -1/-1 for each card in that chosen player's hand.
Well, we were talking about a potential 8-rack deck earlier. This card would definitely
really
be good enough. A 3 mana, 5/5 or whatever is about what you'd want it to be. So.
Yeah, no, that card actually seems really good.
Yeah, no, cool card for sure. Then next we have a card that's going to be coming back to the format in a few months anyway, but Ogre Slumlord, an Ogre Rogue, 3 colorless, 2 black. Actually, I'm wrong. I was thinking Dire Fleet. I was thinking the big 5 mana black pirate, but this is not that. This is a Ogre Rogue. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you can create a 1/1 black rat. Rats control a death touch.
Yep,
it's whatever.
It's nothing spectacular.
Next we have Reanimate. That's not legal, so we're just going to go to Sangromancer. The card's fine. It's a 4 mana 3/3 flyer. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 3, and whenever an opponent discards, you gain 3. So, it's whatever.
Yep.
Scourge of Neltoth. That one is not legal.
Yep.
Witch of the Moors. 3 generic, 2 black. Human Warlock. Death touch. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature in your turn, up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
It's cool.
Pretty powerful, yeah.
No, for sure. Like, it's pre-selling pretty high, so people are speculating for sure.
Yeah.
It's cool. It'll be interesting.
Really cool with Cat Oven.
Yeah, no, for real.
Really cool with Cat Oven. If every Cat Oven returns a creature from your yard and edicts your opponent, that's really sick.
Yeah, that's
so.
Ball Lightning's not legal, so no need to mention that. We have Charmbreaker Devils. We're in the red cards now.
Oh, yeah.
5 in a red. 4/4 Devil. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand. When you cast an instant sorcery spell, Charmbreaker Devils gets +4/+0 until end of turn. It's a funny card. I don't see it being playable, but it is cool.
Yeah.
Yo, Red's got some powerful. I'm sorry, I'm just looking
ahead. I had to stop myself from saying something about one of the cards that's coming up
because to let y'all know
it's one of the best 4-drops ever in red, in my opinion. And
I'm just saying we have some powerful cards about to be hitting,
Yeah.
my friends.
So let's go on to the next one. Dualcaster Mage. For those of you that don't already know, it's 2 red and a colorless, 2/2 flash. When it enters the battlefield, copy an instant or sorcery and choose new targets for the copy. Card's fine. The next one is Itali Primal Storm. 2 red, 4 colorless, legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur. Whenever he attacks, you exile the top card of each player's library. Then you can cast any number of spells from among them without paying their mana costs. The next one is Goblin Chieftain. This is a sweet reprint.
Yeah,
really important.
Especially
reprint.
what we're about to be talking about shortly. So.
Yeah, for sure. But 2/2, 2 red, and a generic goblin. Haste. Other goblins you control get +1/+1 and have haste. Yep. Yeah, this card's nuts. This card's really good.
And then we got that new goblin that's coming in M21, I believe it is, that everybody's talking about having combos in Modern.
But Goblin Chieftain being legal and historic is nice because it lets red be a thing. And
let's goblins be a thing. We have Chain Whirler already.
Exactly.
We have a lot of good options.
Yeah, I didn't mean red be a thing. I meant goblins specifically be a thing. Know. And with one of the cards coming up in about 5 cards, goblins looks like it's really getting pushed.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Because this next card's a Goblin too. Goblin Goon, 3 in a red, might not be playable, but can't attack unless you control more creatures than defending player. Can't block unless you control more creatures than attacking player. It's a 6/6 for 4.
This card seems good, actually, but it might not be able to make the cut with all the other 4-drops you have.
Yep.
I didn't know they were reprinting this
I did not
next
either.
one.
For those that don't know,
you brought it up earlier, which is hilarious.
Grim Lavamancer.
Yeah,
I had no idea. 1 drop, 1/1 doesn't seem very impressive, right? But it has red tap, exile 2 cards from your graveyard, any 2 cards. Just shock any target. Just shock them.
So good, man.
That card is how, like I said, that's how you answer Kira the Glass Spinner, my friend. You can go and get that shield off Kira and then get rid of her. And then you take that shield off everyone.
I'm beginning to see why they said no to so many red cards, because red already has a million tools.
Yeah, jeez.
They don't need much more. There are many ways you can build red in this story moving forward.
Hammerback Goliath, this is a
classic EDH card right here.
6 in a red. When another creature is battlefield, you may put X1 counters on this creature, where X is that creature's power. It's a 6/6, so it can just keep growing.
All right, I want to preview the next one. This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite cards
ever. I think you're going to want to.
And Hellrider. For those who don't know what Hellrider does, 2 red, 2 colorless, devil, haste. Whenever a creature you control attacks, Hellrider deals 1 damage to that player or planeswalker it's attacking. This card is insane. This card is so good.
Can't wait to do it with Annex tokens.
Oh, dude, this is it's so good against Nexus too, because it's non-combat damage. So all the if you have double Hellrider, every creature's shocking just from attacking all.
Oh yeah, you do love. And I used to be heavy, a little bit EDH player, not like super heavy. One of my favorite decks was Krenko. And what do we have here? Krenko Mob Boss is coming to Historic. And we've been saying that we were going to be previewing something in 4 cards. Well, Krenko Mob Boss is a 2 and 2 red.
Yep.
It's a legendary Goblin Warrior. It has a tapped ability. It's just a normal 3/3. Tap ability is simple. It just creates X1/1 red Goblin tokens, where X is the number of goblins you control.
Yep.
Don't worry. If you do this 3 turns in a row, you don't have that many goblins.
You're going to have a lot of goblins. And if you go Chieftain into this guy, oh my god. Chieftain into this guy is so ridiculous.
It is a tough,
especially if you consider, we have there's the 2-mana goblin that makes a 1/1 goblin token in this format as well. I forget the name of the card. It's not the one that you have to sacrifice, because I think that one might actually be in this format too. But anyway, so you can go 2-drop, get 2 goblins, Chieftain, attack for 6, Krenko, make 4 2/2s immediately, and you're basically killing them that turn.
Yeah,
because they're all 2/2s. So that's 8. Yeah, I mean, they're literally dead. That's 6 into 4.
Red's been a house so far. I'm just saying, Red's feeling like
definitely feels like the best color.
Yeah, so far.
Just all the cards.
Then we have Lathis Dragon Queen, 4 and 2 red. Just a dragon flying. When they're non-token dragon in the battlefield, we get to create a 5/5 red dragon token. We have an activated ability of 1 in a red. Dragons get +1 until end turn. It's a 6/6 for 6. This might have been powerful at one time, but Magic has evolved to such levels where, It just don't feel that.
This was not. Yeah, this was never quite good enough. It's good enough in limited, but it's nope.
This card that we're about to preview, I was intrigued when I read it earlier. It's 2 in a red. It's a Phoenix doing Phoenix things, flying haste. Can't block, 2/2. At the beginning of your end step, which is interesting because usually these are before attack triggers most time. If an opponent was dealt 3 or more damage this turn, you may pay 1 red. If you do, return it from the graveyard to the battlefield.
This card's very good.
Yeah, this explains like why Goblin Lore wasn't a thing, because it's another card that you could have played. And
honestly, it would have been really
honestly,
busted.
This is still a Phoenix playable card. This is fine. Like you're
doing what you have Charted Course.
You have Charted
Discovery,
Course,
Dispersal.
Yeah. They have everything that are the standard Phoenix that was actually good during like the Golgari times had. So
yeah,
and you got other cards if you want to play like the Jumpstart cards and all that.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at all. If there's a resurgence.
And this just seems like another good way because you can start bringing these Phoenixes back.
Yeah.
Because the regular Phoenix comes back, hits them,
and then
you pay a red,
put
bring this in play. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
now you have 5 power.
It's very out of control very quick.
Yep.
Very, very.
What we have here. Magma Quake, X red, deals X damage to each creature without flying in each planeswalker. Very explain.
Yep. Classic. It's a classic card.
You can go ahead and preview this one.
Big Goblin, let's see. 4 colorless, 2 red. Muxus Goblin Grandy. Goblin Noble Legend. When he enters the battlefield, reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Put all Goblin creature cards with CMC 5 or less onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever he attacks, it gets +1/+1 for each other Goblin you control.
$48.99 pre-sale.
I mean, when he enters, you reveal the top 6 cards, and you put all Goblins into play.
That's
going to
be an EDH house.
This is a good card, honestly, because it hits Chieftain, Kranko, it hits all the Goblins we've talked about so far.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Maybe
you could actually just combo kill people with this. Like if your 6 cards were really good, like if you hit Chieftain, Kranko, and then like the 2-drop we talked about.
Well, it puts it on the battlefield. I thought you said
no, it puts them right into play.
Okay.
So if you hit Chieftain, Kranko, and the 2-drop we talked about, that's 5 Goblins in play. Then you tap Kranko for 5 2/2s with haste. And you just attack with everybody, so it's like
this
6 mana kill you.
Stampede.
Yeah, this card's very, very, very powerful. I think this card is actually really cool. This will be a fun one to build around.
Yeah, this card's not very exciting, but I'll still
already exists, I think.
3 in a red. Sarkhan's Unsealing. When you cast a creature spell with power 4, 5, or 6, deals 4 damage to any target. When you cast a creature spell with power 7 or greater, it deals 4 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. It's not a good card usually. It's an EDH card at best.
Yep. Not great. The next one was like a fine rare in its format. It's
this is actually a new card.
I'm sorry, I was.
Oh, I thought.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you already. Okay.
Oh no, we only did Sarkhan's Unsealing. This is a new card. This is Sethron, Hulan General, 3 and 2 red, Minotaur Warrior. When this or another non-token Minotaur enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/3 red Minotaur token. 2 and a black or red. Minotaurs get +1/+1 and gain menace and haste until end of turn. We'll be ready for those Minotaur decks.
The Minotaur Lord.
Yeah.
All right. The next one. This is what I was gonna say. It was an okay rare in its format. Sin Prodder. I
played the hell out of this card.
3/2 menace. Beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library. Any opponent can have you put that card into your hand or into your graveyard. Sorry. If they do, they take damage equal to the CMC of that card. Otherwise, you put that card in your hand. So, it's a 3/2 with menace for 3. Unfortunately, this card probably not going to see any play because it's not as good as Annex. It's not as good as Chain Whirler. So, if you're playing Goblins or whatever, you're playing Chieftain. So, it probably won't see any play. But the card's cool. That's about all I've got to say about it.
Zerzoth Chaos Rider. This is a new card. 2 in a red. Devil. When an opponent draws their first card each turn, if it's not their turn, you create a 1/1 red devil creature token. When this creature dies, deal 1 damage to any target. Whenever 1 or more devils you control attack 1 or more players, You and those players each draw a card and then discard a card at random.
What in the world? That card's wild.
Yeah, that card is.
Okay.
That card would be fun. I'll tell you that.
That's certainly a fun card. Yeah.
You can go ahead and do the next one. I really want to preview the one after that.
Okay, sounds good. Assault Formation. For those that don't remember, it's another reprint. Green, colorless enchantment. Each creature you control assigns combat damage to its toughness rather than its power. You can pay a green to allow defenders to attack as though they didn't have defender. And you can pay 3 mana to give everything +0/+1. Your creatures +0/+1. So
card's cool. This with High Alert, maybe we could see something with that.
Yeah, like a Bant Defenders deck. Because don't we have like a Bant Dragon or something in one of the M
Yeah, I
sets?
believe so, yeah. It's cool. I don't know if it'll be good.
It's probably not good, but it's cool.
It's cool. This one I'm excited about because when we preview M21, there is a green-white Constrictor, essentially.
Yeah.
This one right here is 2 and a green enchantment. If 1 or more plus encounters would be put on a creature I control, twice that many counters are put on it instead.
Yeah.
I was so excited when I saw this. This thing is pre-selling for $40 for a reason.
That's pretty sweet.
Because, this archetype is going to be hit.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, definitely potentially a new aggro deck in the format, which will be nice.
Yep. Hard and skill style effects are just so good.
Yeah, we already talked about how good Mikaeus is with it, and there will be other cards I'm sure that are super good too.
And then we have a reprint of Champion of Lambholt, 1 and 2 green. Human Warrior. Creatures of power less than this can't block creatures that we control. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under our control, put a +1 counter on this. It's a 1/1, but it grows pretty quick.
Yeah, honestly, this could see play in the Hardened Skills, or I guess it's not a Hardened Skills deck, it's a Evolution deck at this point. But, yeah, Champion of Lambholt is really, really good in that style deck. It's just a question of is it fast enough, but it probably is, honestly, because, you talked about how there's going to be a green-white Constrictor card. You play that, Champion's a 3/3, all of a sudden, things are getting out of control really fast. And then if you had another creature, Champion's a 5/5, and literally your whole team's just going to be unblockable. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, for sure. On to the next one. Another reason that Elves is very likely going to be a deck now, Elvish Archdruid. 2 green, 1 colorless, Elf Druid. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1, and you can tap it at a green for every elf you control. This card is really, really strong. So, going to be a huge deal for the Elves archetype. A, because it's a Lord, and B, because adding a ridiculous amount of mana is exactly what the Crater Hoof deck wants to be doing, So, I think that's pretty important.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Elves, I think, is going to be a lit archetype along with Goblins. Goblins is starting to be appealed to me a little bit more based on what we just previewed.
Because you have Skirk Prospector to, ramp into these cards. You have, the new 2-drop coming in M21. Goblins is going to be really cool. Really, really cool.
It's going to be awesome. So. But we'll see. And then Galta.
We all know what Galta does.
Yeah,
well,
it's already in the format.
2 green, 10 colorless. It's X less mana to cast, where X is the power of creatures you control. 12/12 trample, giant dinosaur. Yeah, not much else to say. Just a huge, huge dinosaur. Lurking Predators, another reprint. 4 colorless, 2 green, enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, you may put that card onto the bottom of your library.
Which is a little expensive, but
a little expensive, but yeah.
We have a Momentous Fall.
This card's cool.
2 and 2 green, additional cost to cast this, sack a creature. You draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then you gain life equal to its toughness. This card's cool.
It's probably good, honestly, in a mono green aggro build, because you can just play a Lovestruck Beast and then gain 5, draw 5 off your Lovestruck Beast.
We got that.
Play a Yorvo. Just big green creatures, sack them, draw a bunch of cards, gain a bunch of life.
I don't know, we could just try to jam in some Jund food. Let's go.
Potentially, yeah.
Probably not great, but we'll see. Was this Nath of the Dire Hunt, 2/2 green, human warrior, 3/3. Whenever one or more creatures you control fight or become blocked, draw a card. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 and a red or green. If you do, double target creature's power until end of turn. That creature must be blocked this combat if able.
All right.
Oh, this card's pre-selling as well for about $43, which that means there's some speculation it's gonna be good somewhere.
Yeah.
The card seems very strong though in mono green.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even Gruul, just Gruul like straight up.
Yep. Absolutely.
Draws cards essentially, like it's.
Yeah, the must be blocked if able is disgusting. Like just making your Gruul Spellbreaker an 8/8 trampler that has to be blocked if they're able to block it. You're gonna kill a creature, you're gonna draw a card, and you're gonna deal them like 4 or 5 damage. Yeah. That's an insanely good
card. Seems actually really good.
Yeah, very, very powerful card. So.
Yeah.
Another very, very powerful
Oracle
card.
of the Moidaya.
Yep, this is Oracle Moidaya.
Sweet EDH card. Need a reprint.
Oh, this card's just very good.
Yeah. Play an additional land. Play with the top card revealed. Play with lands from the top of your library. You know, there's a card called Fields of the Dead.
Yeah,
Have you heard of it?
They're gonna play this card for sure.
Oh,
There's like no way you don't play this.
Yeah, this card just seems awesome.
So good. Basically drawing 2 cards a turn, ramping you. Just stupid good. This card is so strong.
Primordial Sage, 4/2 green. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may draw a card.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice effect. Pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, yeah.
It's cool. Rampaging Brontodon, 5/2 green. Trample, when it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end turn for each land you control.
Yep. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, just a giant dinosaur. Not much else to say. Much worse than Galta. Moving on.
Yeah.
Ravenous Baloth. 4 mana, 2 green, 2 colorless, beast, sack a beast, you gain 4 life, 4/4.
Yeah, that's an interesting card. It could be good with a card that's going to be previewed soon, but we'll get that. This card I'm excited about because if you haven't noticed, I've been kind of excited for the Hardened Skills deck. We have Rishkar Pima Renegade coming back, 2 and a green, was in the Constrictor version of Hardened Skills, in Standard. I say Hardened Skills, but that's not actually the name of the card. But that's where we get the effect from, because that was like the first introduction of it.
Yep.
But it's an Elf Druid, so Elf is relevant too. When there's a battlefield, put a +1 counter on each up to 2 target creatures. So if you have either effect on there, you can go ahead and put 2 +1 counters on 2 creatures.
Yep.
And each creature you control has, with a counter, not just the ones you put it on, gets tap, add a green, which is so good. I'm really excited about this card being back in the format. When I saw this previewed they previewed this after the 3-drop enchantment, I was like, oh, buddy.
Card's very good.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome.
Very good. Another pretty good card, Soul to Harvest. 2 green, 4 colorless, trample. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can draw a card. So similar to one of the cards we just previewed a second ago, actually. But so this is really cool. We did this with really no idea what cards were in this set, because here's another one we brought up earlier with the Rocks Faithmender, Thragtusk. He's back. Is he still good? I don't know. We're gonna find out. You better believe he's good with the Orion, though.
Oh, buddy, you ain't lying.
Yeah, flickering him over and over again, gaining 5, getting 3/3s. That's definitely going to be a thing people do.
Soul Tie Orion, let's go.
Yeah, there's so many ways you can build it. You can build band, you maybe even build 4 color in this format.
You can go Abzan if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I mean,
where's the Siege?
There are a lot of really, really sweet cards in this set.
Yep.
So this story's gonna get a huge.
The last rare, which is so weird that they put this rare at the very end, but anywho, the last green rare we have is Vern Embrace, 3/2 green. It's an aura. Enchant creature gets +3/+3. Gets a special ability that says beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token.
Not
Still
good.
too expensive, you know.
Chamber Sentry. I think it's already
standard legal right now.
Yeah, it's a X spell artifact. I guess might be it's almost certainly not playable in a hardened skills deck. But anyway,
that card
artifact
was
creature
Kethis,
construct. Yeah, I believe that. When enters the battlefield, +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. X tap, remove X counters from it, deals X damage to any target, and then you can pay 5, one of all colors, return it from your graveyard to your hand. Cards, whatever.
Medium.
Yeah.
This card, I don't know why they put this blue rare at the end.
Yeah,
but it's Inyaz the Gale Force, 3 and 2 blue, legendary Djinn, flying 2 and a blue or white. Attacking creatures with flying get +1/+1 till end of turn. Will be good in a flyer deck. It's a 4/4 flyer. Now this last ability is weird with it. Yeah. Whenever 3 or more creatures you control with flying attack, each player gains control of a non-land permanent of your choice controlled by the player to their right. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, so from my understanding, each player... So you choose what thing they get and what thing you get, if I'm understanding, but I might not be understanding that right.
So each player gains control of non-land permanent of your choice, controlled by the player to the... Oh, so yeah,
so in a 2-player game, it doesn't matter who's on the
so
right. You choose... You're basically
Okay,
swapping.
I was misreading it. Okay,
you're doing a switcheroo.
Okay.
This card's switcheroos.
For non-land permanent, I can easily give them, say...
yeah, you can give them a Healer's Hawk and take their Yorion or something.
Yeah, or I can be like, Healer's Hawk, I want that Walker, though, that you're about the ultimate.
Yeah, I'd like that Teferi, please.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's my Teferi now.
Yeah.
You thought you had a Teferi.
Thank you. Exactly.
Would it be cool to take somebody's Tristani?
No, it wouldn't. No. Moving on, we've only got a couple rares left. This one is Scarecrow. That's a sweet name. 3 colorless artifact creature, Scarecrow, if you couldn't guess. 1 colorless, sack a Scarecrow, draw a card. 4 colorless, tap, return target artifact creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Cool card. Yeah,
slow, dirtily, grindy card, very cool. Probably not great, but, you know, someone could prove me wrong there.
So. This land is cool. Phyrexian Tower.
Oh, yeah. This card
makes
great.
It colorless, or you can sack a creature, add 2 red. This seems good in the sacrifice builds.
Yep.
You know,
really good.
Using your land just to make things, and you get 2 mana right off the rip. Like, I'm gonna sack this cat, you know, and make 2 black mana.
It's pretty
I don't see any much issue with that. And the last rare we have is a land as well, Riptide Laboratory. For those that don't know, tap for a colorless, or we could do 1 in a blue, return target wizard you control to its owner's hand. That's bouncing wizards can be very nice. Like,
oh yeah, no, that's a very real ability. Time will tell how good it will end up being, but yeah. So I think now, you know, we've gotten through all the rares. I think we should kind of go through and just kind of look at these cards, and any of the uncommons that stick out to us, we should bring up.
So we're gonna scan down for a second and see what we can do. Grid of Battle seems cool.
Grid of Battle, yeah, definitely cool.
Because it's going to be green-white on Harn skill, so it might be something that's worth looking at. Yeah, I think
that already exists, but either way, it's cool.
Just like mentioning it, like, you know, for archetypes out. It's cool that they're bringing that Char Course for this.
Here's a very important card, I think. Valorous Stance is a really good card in white aggressive decks. That's an awesome reprint.
Oh, yeah, I love
It's a removal spell that also functions as an indestructible spell against sweepers, so that is huge.
I played that card actually in Abzan.
Yeah, the card's great.
Curiosity and Curious Possessions in the set.
Obviously, that's insane. Mono blue is going to get a huge bonus from having 8 of those effects.
I love Essence Flux.
Yep. Essence Flux is a cool card. For those that don't know, you flicker something for 1 blue mana, basically. Nebelgast Herald, being in Historic, is a very relevant spirit.
Yep.
Honestly, we're not that far off, man. We've got Nebelgast Herald, Rattle Chains, Spectral
This is
Sailor,
really good for spirits.
the white-blue.
Because Essence Flux says if it's a spirit, you get to bring it back with a +1 counter.
Yeah.
I like the part of deckhand a lot. I played it in my mono blue Flyers deck when I was jamming that during Hazard days, and I was actually being read because this card is just so cool because will you sack it, but another target creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by spirits, which is so nasty. They're like, my Djinn, unblockable.
Yep.
I would do that in my mono blue flyers all the time with favorable winds, and then he didn't have flying, but he just made things so it was unblockable, and he was just he was a cool card.
Exclude is a really interesting reprint. That's counter a creature, draw a card for 3 mana. That's a very powerful effect. So time will tell.
What we have here, Thirst for Knowledge, pretty simple card.
Very powerful.
Oh yeah, but we have stuff like that already. You know, like Wizard Retort that's already in the format.
Oh, Blood Artist is back? Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
That is sick.
Blood Artist, man, Sacrifice. Good thing there is a lot of hate for Sacrifice.
Well, not only because now you have Blood Artist and the other vampire, the black-white vampire. So you have 8 2-mana vampires that drain. And Blood Artist is insane because he triggers off your opponent's creatures too, which is why he was really good.
Yeah, but, you know, do that. Black-white Sacrifice seems actually
black-white sack with Loris.
Yeah, I was just about to say, black-white Loris seems lit.
Yep, and you have Call the Death Dweller too, so if they kill these things, you can buy them all back.
And we got some M21 cards that are really good too.
Yep,
so.
Bone Picker is a really nice one to come back. Oh, very, very good card in a Cat Oven deck because it's a 1-mana 3/2 if you have Cat Oven going on. So. Oh, nice. I didn't... Gifted Aetherborn is exactly what mono black.
That was in the mono black.
Exactly what mono black decks.
That was the mono black control played as well. I was mentioning.
Yep. And well, not only that, the mono black vampires. Now in mono black vampires, we have Knight of the Ebid Legion, Gifted Aetherborn, Drana, Sorin, Dusk Legion Zealot, Champion of Dusk. Like, we've already basically made a deck there. So this is really cool. A lot of very, very important cards.
These are some really good cards.
Like. This has been a very fun preview session for sure. And like I said, I think it was cool that we didn't look at it beforehand because we've been kind of surprised.
Ooh, I love me some Stab Wound.
Stab Wound's a cool card.
Don't know if it'll be playable, but I do love the card.
Probably not, but...
right.
Was Zombie Infestation already legal? It was, right?
No.
Wasn't it?
Oh, no, it wasn't, but this makes...
Treasure Hunt,
Now Treasure Hunt has a legit way to win.
Yeah.
Because that's the modern way of doing it.
Yeah.
We literally have modern Zombie Infestation in not Pioneer, but Historic.
Yep.
That's cool. All right, so we're into the red card.
You think this card could be
Minotaur
any good
Brawler,
in the Phoenix builds?
That's exactly what I was saying. Like, this card seems sweet.
Yeah, 2-mana 4/3 discard one of my 8 Phoenixes is really strong.
Yeah, I actually like that card a lot.
Yep.
What deck was this card played in vaguely when it first came
Madness. Out? There was some Madness aggro decks that tried it.
There was another deck. I can't remember what it was.
Okay. For those that don't know, it's a 2-mana 4/3.
Yeah.
When it enters, discard a card.
Yeah, there was a deck that was playing it, but I can't remember offhand. But it's irrelevant. But Double Cast is cool.
Flames of the Firebrand, very big reprint for Red Mirrors specifically.
Oh, yep.
Very, very good card.
Ooh, Lightning Axe.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, you want the Phoenix actually has.
Yeah, no, we got a lot of tools.
I can see why Goblin War is not legal.
Yeah, I agree.
Even more now. But Lightning Axe, for those that don't know, it's a 1 red, deal 5 damage to target creature. But for it to be 1, you have to discard a card, or you have to pay 5 additional.
Yep.
Magma Jet's cool.
Yep.
Let's see, nothing else on there. It looks too appealing.
Young Pyromancer, obviously, going to be very interesting.
Young Pyromancer's that'd be good in Phoenix.
Yep. Volcanic Fallout, another classic modern card that saw sideboard play for quite a while in decks before cards got better, before Anger the Gods and stuff got printed. But 2 damage to everything, instant, I believe, can't be countered. Very good. Dwynen's Elite, we've talked a lot about elves. Dwynen's Elite coming into the format. A 2-mana 2/2. If you control an elf, create a 1/1 elf.
Inspiring Call for Heart and Scale seems fucking awesome.
Yep. What does that one do again?
You draw a card for each creature you control with +1 counter. Those creatures gain indestructible until end of turn.
Yep, card's very good.
Just because the best way to stop those archetypes is when we don't have a ballista effect is board wiping them. Just to try to reset them, and this one says no, and I'm going to draw cards.
Another card, Overgrown Battlement. That's a it's an uncommon. Just a classic, really nice ramp card. 2-mana 0/4 Defender. Tap, add green for each wall or each defender you control. So that's kind of cool.
Yep, no, I like that a lot. Let's see what else we have here in Wall of Blossoms. Oh man, we might be able to build that deck. How about the High Alert Assault Formation. Wall of Blossoms.
I like when I see Wall of Blossoms. I'm still just thinking about our Thragtusk Bant Yorion build.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Zendikar Royal's cool.
Yep, Zendikar's Royal. Whenever the land enters, create a 2/2 elemental.
Be pretty good with Field of Dead.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, why not?
Yeah.
We have some artifacts here.
Yep, Bubbling Cauldron for the stuff we talked about.
Hedron Archive is an awesome card for Ram.
Yep, Hedron Archive and Dreamstone Hedron is also a pretty strong card.
Herald's Horn, huh? Ooh. I do love me some Herald's Horn.
What's that one do? I don't know. I've never played that
battlefield, choose a creature type. Creature spells of that chosen type cost 1 less.
Okay.
Beginning your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card of the chosen type, put it in your hand if you reveal it.
It's really powerful.
That card is awesome. I just know it from EDH.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You talked about Hedron Archive, Dreamstone Hedron, very similar. Just very, very powerful mana rock. Jumps you from 6 to 10, which is really convenient because you can go this into Ulamog.
Yep.
But it also just draws 3 cards in a pinch.
Yep, so. I don't know which one's necessarily better. Or...
You probably play both, honestly.
Yep. I can see both in some numbers for sure.
Yep.
You know, Suspicious Bookcase. There's another card for our Assault Formation deck. Yep.
Oh, Denrova Horror. This card is really sweet. This card in I can't remember. I think it was one of the Modern Masters sets. This card was an all-star. I mean, just super good. So for those that don't know, it's a black and a blue, 4 colorless. When it enters, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Then that player discards a card. Really nice tempo play. When you're in top deck mode, it's just removal for any permanent. Really strong card and a very, very nice card if you're doing Yorion things again. So
agreed. Just some good sealed cards I see here. Nothing that I really appeal. But
now we're into commons, so we'll see if we see anything exciting.
We'll just keep them going, throwing down. We're almost through all the cards.
Yep.
Almost these cards are already, or they're not like too.
Yep. Nothing too exciting there.
Everybody, we're gonna get another printing of Aegis Turtle. Let's go.
Yep. You talked about Pirates, Kitesail Corsair coming back a little early here to the party before the other Pirates get reprinted. It's kind of cool. Prosperous Pirates.
Well, Kitesail Corsair is in Ixalan, I think, and they're already legal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but whatever. It's still fine. These are just like some good limited cards.
Seagate Oracle. That is very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
Seagate Oracle, for those that don't know, 1 blue, 2 colorless. When he enters the battlefield, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put 1 in your hand, other on the bottom. Super strong card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to play around with coming out in this set, so that's really nice. I love that.
I love that baked into the pie card.
Yeah, bake into a pie.
It's just like I just love the flavor of the card.
Yep.
When that dies, that's not good enough.
More burglar.
The Cauldron Familiar. That's funny.
That is funny. At common.
Yeah, you can make that happen with that and Blood Artist in your limited. Bugler Reds, things that's already legal.
Drain Pipe Vermin. Okay, that's not an ETB, unfortunately.
No, I don't really want no die effects. We're just finishing up going through these comments, making sure we don't miss anything, because we want to make sure we actually are able to.
Phyrexian Rager.
Yeah, card's cool.
That's nice. That's really nice. You're talking about that black-white deck I was playing the other night. Just having another ETB draw card effect is for a low amount of mana.
Yeah.
Very nice with the Orion, man. So.
Yup. Was Fling legal already?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because it's standard legal. That's right.
Yep.
Kiln Fiend was already in the format.
Goblin Instigator. That's the goblin I was thinking of. That's right there.
That's actually a good one.
Yep. Already was legal, but it's nice that it's here so I can give everybody the name of it.
I lose the love Lightning Shrieker.
Lightning Shrieker. Yeah, that card's sweet.
Begins to just shuffle it back into your library. You can't exile this bad boy. I'll just have to replay him. It's cool.
Yep. Mugging is always a cool card. That one's just funny.
Yeah. I like Outnumber. It's kind of funny, too.
Pillar of Flame. That's a really nice reprint, too, actually.
Thermal Alchemist.
Because Pillar of Flame was a card that I played quite a bit in that standard, honestly.
I like Thermal Alchemist a lot.
Yeah, yep. Yep.
Yeah, that card, for those that don't know, Thermal 1 in a red, Defender. Tap, deal 1 damage each opponent. Whenever you cast instant sorcery, we get to untap it, and it's a 0/3.
Yep.
Pretty nice card. Ooh, Explore. Was Explore already legal?
No.
Oh,
that's huge.
Yeah,
that's also brutal, dude. I would imagine. I honestly, we'll see how long. Like, we'll see if Field actually stays legal in Historic for as long as all, because it's very possible that card could get restricted or just outright put away
this
again.
Is true.
Because that card is really oppressive, and there are a lot of really, really good cards coming to the party.
Yep.
So.
Good thing about Explorer is you don't have to be in blue anymore. If
I know.
Yeah. You
so
said Growth Spiral's still better, but if you're playing mono green ramp, Explorer's just better. You know, no reason to mess up your mana.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, nothing here looks too appealing.
No.
Well, we have
Sylvan Ranger's a pretty classic.
Yeah.
ETB.
Simple yet effective. Aether Spellbomb is cool.
Yep. Aether Spellbomb, Alloy Mirror, Chromatic Sphere. Definitely some cool cards here. Terrarian.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, good KCI days.
Yeah.
Ooh, Augur Spree. I did love me some Augur Spree.
Yep, some nice.
Terramorphic Expanse.
Yeah. Rupture Spire.
Yep. Oh, and then let's talk about the cycle of these lands.
Yeah.
That's actually very relevant.
Yeah.
So this set has a cycle of lands, but they're in common. So what they do in the respectable colors, they all come in tapped, and they tap for your normal colors like red, green, blue. But their special turn is when there's a battlefield, choose a color other than the color that is designed. And then you can tap the mana for either of the two colors. Yeah,
these are super important in 3-color decks. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's so much better than they're not a tri-land, but they're close.
Yeah,
and that's really cool.
They're really cool. Oh, and I don't know why this rare's at the end.
Yeah, Rage Blood Shaman just out of nowhere. Minotaur Shaman. 2/3 trample. Other Minotaurs you control get +1/+1 and have trample.
We have like 3 in the set. Let's do it.
Yeah. So.
And then we just have the basic lands.
Yeah.
Sure, nothing. But yeah, that's Jumpstart. This set is cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about brewing up some stuff.
I really don't know. Jumpstart is a new product that takes the best parts of limited and constructed Magic and combines them together.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's just
what a lot of those cards kind of felt like.
Yeah, is it possible that this is supposed to just be like what Battle Bond was?
Maybe.
Because that's what Battle Bond went straight to like Vintage and Legacy. Now it's going into Historic.
Yeah.
Which I think that's cool. I have been hearing people say that their intention is to make Historic like the legacy of Arena.
Sure.
Which that's cool.
Good for them.
Historic's been super fun. Now that we went over this, let's talk about Historic a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Historic is so far it seemed like a very cool format.
Yep.
Right now, I'm leaning towards messing. My first 2 decks is Hardened Skills and Goblins. I have a soft spot for Krenko. Now that I know Krenko's in the format, I want to mess with those 2 decks.
Yeah, Goblins is going to be nuts.
Goblins seems awesome, but Hardened Skills seems awesome, man. Like having 2 Hardened Skill effects, which we'll be going over more with the next one. Like,
yeah, it's going to be a cool deck. I'm interested in continuing to screw around with Yorion decks. As long as that card's legal in formats, I'm gonna keep playing with it because it's just really I enjoy that card. Probably too much, honestly, but I really enjoy playing with that card. It's fun, regardless if it's necessarily the best thing or not. It's super powerful. Lets me make a lot of decisions and do a lot of things in games, which I think is fun.
Yeah, no, Yorion's a sweet card. Like, I've been a big fan of that card since it first came out. We were messing around with it. It was funny because we were playing a Flicker style deck right before that in blue-white before Ikoria came out. And then Yorion came out, and that was like our bread and butter right there. We were already doing stuff like that.
I also forgot to mention earlier, Waste Knot is legal in this format, too. So for that 8-rack, I'm going to screw around with 8-rack decks, too.
8-rack.
Waste Knot is legal, which I forget about pretty often.
Yeah, no. Historic is a sweet format. I can't wait to jam some videos when these sets drop.
Oh yeah, we'll have a lot of cool decks to play.
What is the date that these sets drop?
That's a really good question because we should.
July 17th.
Oh, that's very soon.
Yep, about a month from now.
Yeah.
Get a little less than a month.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be cool. I get that why they're not doing it right now. We have M21 coming out.
Yeah, it would mess up the.
As of recording later today, we're actually gonna be having the preview streams that people are gonna be doing. I think we're gonna actually work our way to try to get a part of that preview stream for the next month.
Yep.
For not next month, but the next fall set.
Makes sense.
Because we're gonna start doing some Twitch streaming in the next few weeks.
Yep.
At least 3 times a week. I think that's where we're gonna start.
Yeah.
So that should be fun. You're gonna go ahead and see some Swish TV live.
Yep.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yep.
Other than that, like I would like us to get a part of those preview streams, and like I said, I don't know what we're doing for the M21 preview yet. I'm gonna have that figured out tomorrow.
Yep.
Regardless, we wanted to get together so we can make sure and previewing Jumpstart was actually a really good idea.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
I think
it got me excited.
Yeah, likewise. And it's been hard because we played a lot of Magic and we were kind of drained. Yeah. And now getting some excitement back into Magic is awesome.
Yeah, like I said, the other, my being over, it's done. I'm excited to play again. I just needed a few days off. But.
Yeah, likewise. I'm excited to play some Historic. I'm excited for Jumpstart, but until then, I'm gonna grind some M21 cards. Can definitely start the Harden Skills train early because we got half of the pieces.
Yep.
We can definitely see where it is right now and go from there.
Yep.
If I was gonna play something right now, I don't even know what I would play.
I would probably play Mono Blue or Mono Red.
Yeah. Actually, let's take a gander here really quick before we wrap things up. I think Star City actually was posting some historic lists.
Oh, really?
Because they're running historic events.
Yeah.
So, let's take a gander, shall we? Before we let everybody go.
Yep.
Alright, well, we have Deck Database, Arena, Historic. This looks like the most recent one. Oh, it was not updated.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have any updates on that one. I think that was the only one they had for Historic.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have anything up yet. But that's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
In due time. But yeah, you're going to be playing Historic in the SCG Invitational. Well, that's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah, very soon.
Do you know when it is?
It's the 5th.
5th of July?
Yeah. So 11 days.
Yeah.
Ish. 12 days. Yeah, not very long. So I'll just keep jamming stuff.
Yeah. You're gonna have to make sure you're nice and rested. I know you're doing a 4th of July party, so.
Yeah. I'll be good. I'll be fine. I won't be partying.
Yeah, I will be out of town, so I won't be here to root Steven on for that event. But I will definitely be hoping to see him in the top of finals for that for sure.
Yeah. It'll be. We'll see what I decide for Historic and
yeah,
Standard.
I think we're gonna jam some. We're gonna have to jam. I think we're gonna jam a lot of Historic this week. Then we should make some videos.
Yeah, no, absolutely, we should make videos. I think Historic's actually a pretty fun format right now. It's somewhat open. It's certainly more open than Standard, but even like Standard, the black-white deck's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind doing a video or two with that. The black-white deck, maybe some variations of just not Team of Reclamation that competed at the PT, maybe builds a Bant. Something else. I don't particularly enjoy playing Reclamation. Maybe we can do 1 or 2 with Reclamation too.
I wouldn't mind to do a video of some Nexus. I know people play it, but
Historic. Yep.
I enjoy it.
That's
mainly because I don't get to play it anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'll be down to do that, but we'll test a little bit of everything. We'll test some Mono Red. We'll test some Gruul.
Yeah.
We'll test some Field of the Dead because I know you have Field of the Dead.
Yep.
We're gonna do some good videos for Historic and see.
Yep.
Help Steven get some idea what he wants to do.
Yep. So that'll be cool.
I don't really have anything else for this episode.
Yep.
Stay tuned, everyone. For the next video, we'll be having for the M21 previews, which does come out. They're doing pre-releases this weekend, and it launches on Arena this weekend. And again, me and Steven are going to be working together to do some standard brews.
Yep.
We'll also have an article in a few, maybe the week that Jumpstart comes out. We'll post an article on our website as well for some historic brews.
Yeah.
So that should be very fun.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, until next time, my name's Larry. This is Steven. We're going to sign off for now, but we will catch you next time.
Yep. All right, that was good.